the most interesting division in football is, to me, the NFC East with the Cowboys, the Eagles, the Giants, and Washington. I thought I want to save that for Friday. So we did the NFC North, the AFC North. Today we're going to do the AFC East. Tomorrow, the NFC East. So let's start. A little music, if we could, a little NFL music. I'll give you the records by the very end. So let's start. I think New England does win the division, but pulls back significantly. They lost a left tackle, Nate Solder. He's good. A running back, Dion Lewis. He was special. A wide receiver, Brandon Cooks on the outside, and a wide receiver on the inside, Danny Amendola. Julian Edelman will be out for a month. Dante Hightower is their only special player in the front seven defensively. They are still searching for a pass rush. They don't have one. That's why Nick Foles beat them. Their offensive line, I believe, is the weakest it's been. They're kind of rebuilding it. And they lost their defensive coordinator, a really good one, Matt Patricia, to the Lions. They also, historically, September's not their greatest month. They tend to get better as the season progresses. And they got a couple of really tough games to start in September. They open with Deshaun Watson in Houston. Could be a loss. At the Jags, going to be hot down there in Jayville in September. Could be a loss. And they'll be on the road. Matt Patricia, I don't think he's going to work long term, but he brings all those secrets over week 3. I do have them winning the division, but I think the first month could be problematic. Little bit of a surprise. I have the Jets finishing second in the division. Again, I'll get to the records here in about 5 minutes. I like Todd Bowles. Disciplined, no nonsense. They overachieved last year. They had 6 one-possession losses, and they have upgraded at quarterback with Sam Darnold. 3 of their 5 wins last year were off playoff teams. Okay, they got robbed against New England. I don't even want to go there to that stupid touchback rule. Their schedule is incredibly workable. If you go look at their schedule, they get many of their toughest games at home. They get the Colts at home, the Vikings at home, Green Bay at home, the Texans at home. It is a very workable schedule. They have upgraded at cornerback. One of their weaknesses, Tremaine Johnson from the LA Rams. I like where this franchise is going, and I'm going to double down on Todd Bowles, who I think people in New York are 50-50 on. He is a no-nonsense, disciplined. That team overachieved last year. Remember, I predicted they would be 0-16, and they won 5 games. They should have won 8. They lost, and they got robbed by the NFL. In fact, I think they got robbed twice on a couple of iffy calls at the end of games. 3rd place, Miami. Ryan Tannehill's back. All right, that's pretty good, I guess. They lost 8 of their last 10, so that's pretty good, I guess.
Pretty good, I guess.
It's okay. It's Ryan Tannehill. He's better than Cutler at the end last year, but they lost Jarvis Landry, their best wide receiver. They lost their best defensive player in Ndamukong Suh. They lost their best offensive lineman in Mike Pouncey, and I would have paid for Mike Pouncey. He's really good. By the way, opposite of the Jets, all their tough games are on the road. At Green Bay, at Minnesota, at Andrew Luck and the Colts, at Deshaun Watson in Houston. They overpaid for Danny Amendola. And I got to be honest with Miami. Joy, I know this is your team. I don't trust their ownership. I don't trust their front office. I like Adam Gase, but I don't think he's Sean McVay or Kyle Shanahan as a young prodigy on offense. I like him, but sometimes I don't feel like he's big enough for the room. I don't trust the front office, so I have them 3rd.
You don't have to apologize to me. I'm with you, Colin. All the way.
Okay.
I don't think this is our year.
All right. You don't think it's your year this
year?
You're not going to win it all this year.
I don't think it's our year.
That is, you are a risk taker. Okay, and finally, Buffalo. Now, they made the playoffs last year, but they've got this little tiny problem. They don't have a quarterback. A.J. McCarron's a backup, and Josh Allen is an inaccurate rookie who I think could be the big bust in the draft. He may work, he may not, but I've yet to see it. LaShawn McCoy, he could be out of the league here real quick. There are allegations against him that have proven true. He's probably out of the league. I like their head coach, Sean McDermott, but Belichick got fired when he didn't have a quarterback. Sean McDermott doesn't have a quarterback. They had a mass exodus on the offensive line. And their first 8 games, now remember this, I'm just going to read you their first 8 games. This is with no quarterback. At Baltimore, Chargers, at Minnesota, at Green Bay, at Houston, at Andrew Luck, New England. Yeah, that's not going to end well. They could be 1-7. So here are my predictions for the AFC East. The Patriots win the division, but are not dynamic enough on either the offensive or defensive line to be a number one seed. The Jets are one of the surprises in the league with a no-nonsense head coach. Now, again, Sam Darnold is going to be real spotty his rookie year. Their O-line is average. Running backs below average. Receivers nondescript. This is not a Sam Darnold story. This is an organization where I'm starting to look at their front office and coach and like what I see. And they lucked into Sam Darnold. They didn't think they were going to get Sam Darnold in the draft. Miami's got more talent than the Jets, but they lost stars, and I don't trust their front office. And Buffalo, again, I like the coaching staff, but good God, their schedule's awful until November when they get a little bit of a break, but they could be 1-7 by then. I just think Josh Allen, to me, I saw him play twice in college. I didn't like what I saw. If you're inaccurate in college as a thrower, like you're going to go to the NFL with smaller windows and be accurate, I've never seen that done. He reminds me a little bit of Jake Locker years ago that went to Tennessee out of Washington, where I got all these people that loved him, but every time I watched him, I'm like, there's something wrong with the throwing motion. He's inaccurate. This isn't going to work, and it never did. I think he was wildly overdrafted. He's a project, not a prospect. And there you go. There is my latest foray into predicting NFL divisions. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.